Hi, this is Charles Trisolo, and we're here for the final installation of the Just Grand show at the Beebe State Gallery in Melrose. Paintings of Venice, Paris, New York City, and the Grand Canyon, including Grand Central, the Grand Palais in Paris, the Grand Canal in Venice, and of course the Grand Canyon. The newest work here, that's larger, is The City is Like a Canyon. It's a finished piece. And this was done from a series of photos that someone else had taken for me and given me over 300 photos from this trip that she had taken down the full length of the Grand Canyon. And when I first started working with this, I was a little hesitant to use this photo because the whole foreground was entirely black. This very deep part of the canyon at the very beginning. And this great rock here on the ledge was kind of hidden. It was only when I started lightening up the photo and creating my slideshow that I realized how exciting and beautiful the work was. This is Maker's Mark, seeing this northern room of the gallery. It looks a little better here. It's more direct lighting, there's less glare. And Baby Grand now seen in a location over a fireplace. Really gives it a little added drama. So what I did with this show is, at the final day of the show, I had it all finished paintings. I decided to include some of the works in progress that really reflected the show even better. This is Grand Central from the south with its roadway leading in. And this is a great example of the rough color layer. The entire front of this is finished in rough color on top of the gold layer. So we're going to go into here. First we'll look at some opera stairs. This is one of the new additions. Tiny Times. And look at some of these other layered works. Grand Palais here in the background of D'Orsay's son. So here's the finished study for Grand Palais. I sort of did a first version of how I think I want the darks and lights to look. And this is the first layer, which is just very rough, a little bit of white, some pastel. It's actually just three colors in this: green, a red, and a transparent yellow. And then over that goes the drawing layer. And the drawing layer is still, very rough, but it gives me some idea of where the elements of the building are going to go. This area here is a sculpture of 4 horses with a horseman. As you can see, I really need to use my drawing ability to turn that into this. Here you see in the study. It'll be even more detailed in the larger version. So on top of those 2 layers goes the gold layer, which is a mixture of orange, purple, black, red, green, all the colors that make up gold. And you can see how this work kind of blends in with the frame. On top of the gold layer, when it's dry, which is just a wash, goes the solid color layer, which is called the rough color layer, as seen in the Grand Central painting. And just a portion of this painting has been done to that degree. On top of the rough color layer goes the blue layer. The blue layer is 4 different kinds of blue, greenish, purplish, and 2 different kinds of white. And just the entire painting is covered in that. It really brings it back to a ground. It's hard to see because the camera always kind of fixes and adjusts for it in the pictures that I send out on Facebook and Twitter. But over that goes a layer of wet reds and yellows. The blues are totally dry. The wet reds and yellows go in. And then all of these solid colors are painted into that. And that really flexible ground really allows me to paint any color that I want into it very easily. But I have to work almost like it's a fresco, because I have to work while the colors are red, otherwise they dry into a very fixed brown. And then finally we have the final layer, and over the final layer goes the final detail layer. This painting, there's a lot of background in it to create the space, so a lot of this is left in that final layer, with just the top having more detail.